We only do it one way. Like it's a 99-cent auction. And some people have, they've said they're going to send things and then they haven't, and I assume that scares them off. But my viewpoint, and everyone's going to have a different viewpoint. My viewpoint is time is money. And depending on how much free time you have, if you have the time to constantly research the price and set your price where you want to set it so you can field offers and negotiate and go back and forth and haggle and over, I would generally think most people price their card 1.5 times what they're willing to take for it, because eBay has that auto reject at the half of whatever it is when you agree to take offers. So I feel like eBay has like trained people to think that if your card's $100, I'll post it for 150, and then when I get that $100 offer, I'll take it. I think that's how people work on the buy it now spectrum. And if you have the time to do that, that's great. Personally, I don't. So I'm not going to do that with clients either, because I want them to get paid. So if you're a person that works like I did before I got in the hobby, 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week, and you collect cards, when the hell do you have time to sell them? And I'm not. There's a lot of other good consignment companies. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking or revolutionary here. There's, I'm fucking nobody. But if you don't have the time to sell it, get your stuff to me in like 7 days, 7 to 10 days, something like that. You should be getting paid. We might not know what exactly your card's going to get. It might not get 100% of what you think, because we can dig into that too later about eBay comps just in general. You might not get what you think, so you might not get your expectations, but your card's going to get sold, and 90 to 95% of the time it's going to get paid for. So if it doesn't get paid for, we'll just repeat the cycle. But the whole non-pay scammer eBay thing it's not as scary as people make it sound. People get one bad experience that don't have a lot of experience doing something, and then they scream it from the mountaintops. And then everybody else in turn gets afraid of it. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's still like 90, 95%. Most people pay great. Some people are weird and out there, no doubt. And you get a lot of messages, silly messages. But it's fun. I like it way more than grading. We were talking about that too. Like, oh my goodness. Grading is not my cup of tea. So the people that doing group grading submissions and that are doing it thorough and properly and not taking advantage of your customer base. Shout out to Mark's cards. Shout out to those
some
fucking
of
losers.
those customers are getting their cards back now. I saw that the other day.
They should. That's great. They should. It's not their fault they got screwed. The problem is they're just too dumb to pay up front. Like, don't pay up front. Dude, grade the shit yourself. It's so easy to do. It's just like how people are afraid to sell on eBay because all the bad rap. Dude, send the shit in yourself. Like, it's not hard. If you have a cardboard box and you know how to put tape on the cardboard box, I'm telling you, you could send your own cards in. But that's neither here nor there. But if you have a quality grading group submitter and you do everything right, just big respect to you. That's not for me. I did it for a while, like a year, and oh my goodness, I didn't like all the paperwork involved.
It's a pain in the ass.
And then the worst part is actually getting people to pay. Because I was the opposite side of the asshole spectrum. I told people they didn't have to pay me until I got charged. Said once they hit me with the charges, then I'll let you know. Hey, and I didn't mean right that day. Like whenever you get your next paycheck or whatever, if that's how it is. Like, you knew this was coming. It's time to pay up. Like, I don't feel bad about that. But having to track people down and tell them to pay up multiple times, internet loan sharking, I guess. Like, not loan sharking, but like trying to track them down. Like, what are you gonna do?
Your collections, man. At that point,
it's ridiculous. I'm staring at a pile of slabs that have never been paid for. I don't know what to do with them. Because I think I'm just too nice of a guy. I probably should have sold them already.
Probably should have sold them. Yeah, exactly.
And now the fucking values went down.
Well, the worst part is that these cards are fucking dog shit anyway. They're not worth anything. Like, they might sell. See, doing this consignment stuff, I couldn't tell you how many slabs that I've seen sell for 99 cents. And like, it's just, that's what it is, dude. Like, some of this shit never should have been graded. And I don't even want to post it, but it's like, it's graded. Let's throw it up there, see what it does. But I tell the guy, like, listen, nowhere ever, just not one time ever did anyone say, grade a fucking Chicago Cubs team card from 2019. Topps baseball. Nobody said, or like the stadium card. Nobody ever said do that. Like, ooh, that's such a specific demographic to find anyone who's gonna like that, and then to pay money on top of it. You're just nuts. And then at $30 a card or whatever the person was paying to grade it, like the group submitter was just fucking this client of mine, just absolutely bending him over and just having their way with them, just telling them to grade everything. I have a box of just reject stuff that I refuse to even post it. I'm like, listen, client, there's no way. This stuff isn't going to sell. I would never buy it. Like, it's like fucking 20 second year, what were they? Luis Robert cards. Like just base cards. Like paper base, not even chrome. I'm like, who said this was going to ever be $30 card? Who? Nobody said this, ever. Not only that, it's got to be 30 plus, you know, it costs you $30 to grade this card, or that's what he was charged to have it. I'm like, dude. Then whatever it costs you to acquire the card in the first place. And don't get me wrong, he had some great stuff, but the ratio is really bad. Like, he just trusted a guy to advise him on what to get graded, and that guy was going, yeah, give me all your money. That's basically what he's doing. Like, holy shit, man. I'm like like I'm so conservative. I'm like, I probably wouldn't grade that. Like, it's not gonna triple my money to grade it. Fuck it. I don't know. It's just crazy. You see some of these things, and it's like, man, the hobby's kind of depressing sometimes. It's just how shitty people are to each other because they can get away with it. They're on the internet. They don't have to face any real consequences. They can just disappear. You know, I don't know, but this guy. Oh, I mean, you just have to be smart. If you get anything out of this, friends listening to this awesome podcast, is just be smart. If you're uncertain of who you're talking to or who you're dealing with, just don't do it. Better safe than sorry. I mean, it's really that, because you will be sorry. Like, there's too many bad apples. You'd say it's a few, but there's just too many, because it could be the same people for all we know, because we don't know who they are. They just make new profiles. Ta-da! Here we are. What can I get you with?